All right, so
That's nicer.
we're playing the feud. We're playing the feud. I'm gonna play more. Do I have any fun clips? I have famous director Lars von Trier saying,
Oh no, the Hitler thing. No.
What can I say? I understand Hitler.
Oh God.
There's like a double echo thing happening at the moment. That's probably it's because of this. I can just turn that off. That's fine. Yeah, so it's great having this board here of fun things. I don't know. Latvia.
Instead of meat, I eat veggies and pussy.
Oh yeah. Didn't they censor that? No.
They did.
Right?
Well, they kind of censored it. So what they did is he wasn't allowed to say it, but he knew there was enough hype about his track that he would just turn the mic to
And
the
they,
audience, and they would all say it.
smart lad. Yeah, fair.
That was you were in the round for our last Eurovision, but we were very angry at the rejection by the juries in the semifinals of the horny songs.
Oh.
It was this and Albania's entry from this year's Eurovision,
Which was?
The song you wouldn't think is horny. The stage performance now. Hachi Machi. 2022 Eurovision. Let's see if we can get images of the stage performance.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. There. Oh, jeez. Okay.
There's a lot of like
touching.
Touching the special place where the sex happens. Why not? Why not? Just look hot in front of the most evil-looking flag in the world. It genuinely looks like that's the flag they invented for like a G.I. Joe villain.
It looks like a fake flag, like just like a Marvel universe, like
the flag for Sokovia.
Exactly. Yeah.
So this was very much not let through for being far too horny, and a lot of the stills are not doing it justice because it's all about the motion,
Yeah. Fair.
So that was fun, and I was very disappointed. I thought they were going to get in. I lost money on this year's Eurovision.
Oh shit.
Yeah, I usually do. I always do the bet of betting on the act that the bookies don't think will get in, but I think will.
Fair. Yeah.
Yeah.
And you lost.
I did lost. I usually have won like 5 years in a row.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. Fair enough. Yeah, I don't think I've ever watched Eurovision.
Oh, that's going to change next year as a part of this,
as
a part of this podcast.
Yeah. No, that's bullshit. I watched it 1 year and then Israel won. I was like, whatever.
Yeah. So that was the thing for the hardcore listeners to the show. That was the thing that was difficult for me was that they hosted in
Israel.
They hosted in Israel in 2019. So I was part of the boycott, the BDS boycott. So I didn't watch.
Mm-hmm. And then COVID happened, no?
Then COVID happened, which postponed it for a year. And then when it came back in 2021, Papa was hungry for Eurovision.
He had cravings.
I had cravings. I had grown a mustache. It was a whole thing. And so that was great. And next year you're going to get really into it. Like Spain did well this year.
It was a weird thing, because we did very well, but at the same time, like a lot of people were angry that she won. Because they did like this whole competition in Spain to decide who was going, right? And like we had so many good songs in Spanish, like the full song in Spanish, or like there was one that they actually sang in like all the regional languages in Spain, which was really, really, and it's actually like a really good song. So people were angry. It's like she's just singing reggaeton, like everybody can do reggaeton. It's not a Spanish thing per se, And then we got like what, third place?
Third, yeah. And also I think probably would have won if the invasion of Ukraine hadn't happened.
Oh, for sure, yeah. Everybody in Spanish Twitter was saying that.
The UK did well because the juries liked them, but like I think Spain had that combination of juries and public liking them. And also, when we did the live show, we had the whole room cheering for them because they were our horny representative in absence.
Latvia
and Albania not making it through. Take a video, watch it slow mo, and I was like, She's talking about sex. That's what she's doing there. She's talking about sex. Guys, I figured it out. She's talking about sex. Stop the presses. She's talking about sex. I figured it out. Yeah, great song. It's gonna be in the UK this year, which will be weird, but yeah.
Really?
Yeah, because they can't put it in Ukraine.
Oh, Spanish Twitter was really nasty after Ukraine
I'm
war.
sure it was. Yeah. So okay, for the wider context, it was like the first time is it to come top 10 in like 30 years.
Okay.
Or like top 5 in 30 years or something like that. It's like the first time you've done really well, other than like I think you've won it before, but yeah.
In like the 60s or something like that, I think. Yeah.
Back when songs were just about like holding hands.
And yeah.
And that's
The thing is, like, I think in 2019 we sent this guy, and like his voice broke in the middle of the song, didn't like, and it was so embarrassing for obviously for him, but like for everybody else. And we were the last or like the second to last or something like that. It was like bad. So it was a revival, to be fair. But
you came joint last in 2021 as well, with
this
Germany with the fucking YouTuber. Fucking
song.
He's not a YouTuber, but he looks like one.
Wasn't like a TikToker in this year's Eurovision?
Oh yeah, the guy from the UK made it big on TikTok. Yeah. The UK song, like a lot of people were ragging on it. It's like the best they've sent in years. Like, I'm fine with it.
With this guy,
I like okay. We'll get to it in May next year, or you'll experience it in like December of this year when Eurovision season starts for insane people like me, when like Armenia holds their national selection process. Or Georgia. The Georgia one's great because of the time difference. It just happens at like 5 o'clock, so you can convince your work to just play it in the office. And you can crack up it's like on a Friday and you're like, yeah, let's watch. We don't understand what any of this is saying, but like, yeah, it's look Georgian songs. Let's see which one makes it. So I think the ideal experience of Eurovision is listening to like all 40 songs they present to you, picking the one that you like the most, even though you would probably never listen to it in your free time at any other point in the year, and then getting incredibly pissed off throughout the evening as Europe does not agree with you. You start yelling at the TV. I feel about sports how I feel about it like most people feel about sports. This is my sports.
That's very fair. I feel wasn't Eurovision the final at the same time as like some football final?
Yes.
Liverpool?
Yes, I was pissed off.
It was so funny though, because it's like the timeline. It was just like at first just like the football fans or like a sports fan, and then like it just transformed into
my current profile picture is a picture our CIA handler took of me being delayed into getting into the venue for our live Eurovision show because that match had gone into overtime.
Oh yeah, true.
There just making grimacing faces at all these fucking English people who were there. That was bad. Anyway, this is all to say, hey, it's Ciarán and Uma. Welcome to your weekly corner, Späti. I burped on microphone. I'm leaving it in.
Charming.
I'm leaving it in.
I don't think it picked it up, did it?
What?
I don't think.
Who knows?
We shall see.
We'll find out on Monday. Hey, listen to the podcast. We have some stories. I'm pretty sure I have like sun poisoning or something because I've been cooked. I've been cooked for the last couple of days.
In Ireland.
Yes, in Ireland. You could say Catalonianly.
With disbelief.
All right. Look, the angle is different.
See, he has this like theory that like I don't understand. I don't know enough to say no.
You're over in Barcelona or whatever the fuck. You're all wearing hats and stuff because the sun's above you. All right.
Okay.
The sun's above you, and you're like, all right, I can deal with this sun. Like in Ireland, the sun's at like eye level. Like the sun's across the street from you.
He's waving at you.
Yeah, so I'm like, fuck you, son. And he's like, what do you share, a Coke or like a handful of raisins or whatever advert has a sun in its mascot? I'm like, no, fuck you, I'm dying.
Sure, yeah, okay.
So it was like 29 degrees in Ireland, which I'm in my family group chat with like my family just like all over different parts of the world, and I'm literally finding myself as a person who lives in Berlin nowadays in the year of my Lord 2022 saying shit like it's only 30 degrees today, a thing that like teenage Ciarán would have been like, well, it's 18 degrees today, time to die, I guess. It just hits different in Ireland, alright?
Didn't you get like warnings in Ireland when it's like 23 degrees?
Yeah.
Which is like February in Barcelona. Yeah. Well, not February,
23
but
degrees is like, you know,
heat wave.
20 degrees is like just that's shitting naked weather.
I've never heard that. Jesus Christ. That is so accurate though.
It's just so uncomfortable any other way.
You need to shower after shit.
Yeah, exactly. Alright, well that's the episode I guess. I'll put down the notes. But yeah, I've had my brain cooked. So it's gonna be a kind of loose one. I'm looking at the notes. There's some serious shit to talk about here. But it's good to be back in Berlin. I was in Ireland for a week, which was kind of nice. Like I'll talk about that later. But the thing, I love coming back to Berlin and getting away from Ireland's scolding, oppressive 25-degree weather and landing in Berlin's cool and refreshing 31-degree weather. Don't ask me to explain it. It just feels different. Shut up. And it's the angle, I swear to God. And so like I come home and I'm glad to be home. Berlin is my home. I feel happy here and stuff like that. But it's just like I walk down my street and like one of the like dinner places, one of the Turkish restaurant places just has like one of those like slushy kind of smoothie machine things in the front with like the two flavors, red and blue. They're meant to represent fruits of some kind, I'm sure, but they're just red and blue. Yeah. And it's fun just seeing which one the wasps obviously prefer, because it's just like they love red and the red side is like swarm
Makes
wasps.
sense.
Yeah. And I just wanted to bring up this little thing I found out recently is apparently one of the things people complain about in Berlin is just like going to one of these places like Ditch or like Kuga's, like one of the little places on the platform, like Scoob and stuff like that, and seeing like the wasps infest all the pastries or whatever.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Apparently it's illegal to disrupt them. This is something I found out recently.
That's crazy though. Like, why?
I don't know. They're important.
They're not though. Like I understand with bees. Like sure, okay, like fine, but wasps?
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't even know how to pronounce the word. Wasps.
Oh yeah, that is a stupid word, isn't it? All right, yeah. I've been thinking objectively about English a lot today. It's fucking stupid. Anyway, Vespin. Or whatever. That's easier to say, probably. The wasps. They're fucking. Apparently, they're important. So much so that you can get a fine of like from €5,000 to €50,000 fine, depending on the context, if you deliberately disturb, capture, injure, or kill them without a reasonable cause.
That's insane.
The loophole seems to be if you're allergic to their stings, you're allowed to kill them. Which feels like a very kind of like Inglorious Bastard situation of just like an exterminator team of entirely people who are allergic to wasps.
With their certificate, like, I am allowed to kill.
Just kill all of them. You do it. But yeah, I really get into the whole like insects, like
insect world.
The kind of like, okay, so this is the thing. I have the blood type that fucking mosquitoes love, and my wife has the blood type that they don't.
Oh, so they always attack you.
Yeah, and she's just like, Ciarán, why aren't you an outdoor person? I'm just like, I'm getting constantly assaulted. Is why. And yeah, so that was fun, kind of realizing that. And then I look into what would happen if we just tried to kill all mosquitoes. And the fun thing about it is I looked into it and the scientific consensus seems to be it's actually fine.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they're like things that eat mosquitoes eat a bunch of other stuff. So
So they're useless.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's some people arguing that like the maggots, like the early stage is important for like fish because they, lay their eggs in the water.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so there's that.
But they can eat other things as well, no?
Yeah, I'm ignoring this.
Fuck fish.
Yeah, fuck that. Like, I'm not a big fish person. I'm more of a chicken and beef kind of guy. But still, like, one of the plans that I've heard people is just like purposely like giving them a sterilizing STD. I'm like, yeah. People have
What?
People have seriously considered like getting rid of all mosquitoes as like a grand engineering project that we could do.
Oh my god.
And there's just apparently they worked on a disease that like results in all offspring basically being female or something.
Okay.
So that they would die off in a generation, basically.
Yeah.
Because there's no guys.
But I'm sure, obviously, they've like bit people with STDs and other like blood diseases before. Like,
Yeah.
Is there like?
Oh, this is like the beginning of a zombie movie. Yeah, for sure. Like, of course.
Well, like, is there like have they
Is it worth it? Yes.
control that? No, obviously, yeah. Anything to get rid of
These
fucking
things, yeah.
mosquitoes, but yeah, I don't know. That's just kill them all then.
Visual corner Späti position. Anyway.
Yeah, the official committee.
Most of the hosts aren't here. We're just deciding it now. All right, so we're going to talk about some Spain stuff. Stuff's been happening in Spain.
Yeah.
They haven't been on pause for however long it's been since we talked about Spain last.
Literally since I joined.
Yeah,
because
exactly.
I went on holidays and then like everybody else is on holidays. So it's like, okay, I guess.
The podcast just comes to a grinding halt as I eat like bread. I'll get to that later. Spain.
Yeah, so okay. A wild thing happened when I was in Spain in July. So mind you, that was in July. So like, Spain, Catalonia, but yeah, whatever. So Pablo. Yes, Pablo.
Oh. Paul Podemos.
No, I was gonna call him. Yeah, I was gonna call him Pablo Podemos. I'm like, no, wait, because it's written.
Yeah, last name is Podemos. He named the party after himself.
Okay. To explain this, in our notes it says Pablo Podemos, so I was just like gonna read Pablo Podemos. Pablo Iglesias.
Is it Iglesias?
It is Iglesias, yeah.
Okay.
Oh my god, literally, that broke my brain. I was like, yeah.
Google says Pablo Podemos.
Pablo Podemos.
Pablo Iglesias.
Yeah, Pablo Iglesias, because the founder of the Socialist Party of Spain was called Pablo Iglesias.
Oh.
So his parents just named him Pablo after him.
Right, sure. Okay.
Because they had the same last name. Anyway, the point is that so he was on this late night talk show, like political debate show in Catalonia.
Okay.
Called Preguntas Freqüents, which means frequent questions. And so he was being interviewed, and then he suddenly starts talking about like the fact that they tried to, ruin his reputation, and they were saying lies about him on purpose. And like the host was really confused because she was like, "Oh wait, what's going on? Who are you talking about? Like, what are you talking about?" Turns out that 10 minutes before he was due on the show, he found out that this journalist,
sure,
yeah, exactly, yeah. Called called Antonio García Ferreras, who is also the director of one of the biggest media channels and stuff of Spain, La Sexta.
Okay.
He knew that this, so in 2014 or 15, this news, the La Sexta and everybody else in Spain started saying that Pablo Iglesias had taken a lot of money from the government of Venezuela.
Oh, yeah, classic.
Yeah.
Okay.
272,000 $100,000.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, in 2014. Yeah. And that he had this bank account in Granadinas, which I don't even know what it is, but whatever. under his name. And obviously it was like, that's fake and that's not true.
Yeah.
And there was a conversation leaked of this Antonio Ferreras and an ex-cop who is like being investigated right now for basically being like a horrible person.
I think I know this guy, like the
Villarejo.
Yeah, well, don't ask me to remember the name. Was this the guy who also said, like, yeah, we've been secretly giving the king, like, testosterone blockers because he just keeps having affairs?
I think so, yeah. Because he's going down and he knows he's going down.
He's taking everyone.
Literally, yeah. He's like, okay, while I'm at it, I will take everybody down with me.
He's been dropping some kind of like Gladio adjacent shit, yeah.
Yes, I'm pretty sure he was the one who actually leaked that conversation as well.
Sure.
With this Antonio Ferreras. And in that conversation, Villarejo was telling Ferreras about this bank account and about this money from the Maduro government. And Ferreras was like, yeah, I don't believe that. Like, that's too obvious. That's like, of course, Pablo Iglesias is not going to have an account but on his name, like with his name on it and with like illegal money. But he still ran the story. Exactly, ran the story. And to smear like the Pablo Iglesias and everything.
Because this was what? Like, this is
2014. 16. So the news broke in 2016.
Right.
But they were pretending that the bank account was from like 2014 or something like that.
Right. But this is still like the time of Podemos being like on the rise, basically.
Yeah. So obviously they were not as important as they are now, but they were starting to gain like, you know, importance and stuff.
It's like the starting point for them is basically what the like Indignados movement or whatever, the like things that happened in 2011 and stuff, like in response to the
that's
Euro
when
crisis.
It was basically created. Like Pablo Iglesias was there and they all started that then. But sorry.
It's all right. We're having beers.
Yeah.
Burpee. It's a burpee podcast. The sun has assaulted me. And when I told my dear friend Uma about it, she laughed. Moving on.
Sorry. Serious stuff. So obviously he was really mad when he found that out, and he found that out like 10 minutes before he was due to come on this show, and he just started ranting about it, and nobody knew what the fuck he was talking about. Like the host was like, could you maybe send us the information? And like then they just displayed it on the thing. But and this guy is still like the director of like one of the biggest media channels and like one of the also biggest like political debate kind of like daytime shows as well. Sure. And he's always been like, no, I'm a leftist, I'm super unbiased, blah blah. And then he runs this story that he knows is fake, and to like literally try to bring down Iglesias.
Dude, I'm super progressive. I'm on the left wing. Anyway, on this hour we're going to be talking, are Galicians a type of dog? Classic stuff.
Exactly.
Perfect. So I saw a lot of this while it was happening, but obviously it was very in Spanish.
That happens in Spain usually.
People not translating for me on my behalf. Just someone in the newsroom of El País being like, "Well, Ciarán's reading."
Live translation.
Stop the presses. Put in like an English byline so you can get the gist at least.
That's very English speaking of you.
Oh, absolutely. The world is my oyster. Those crazy languages you all got there. Anyway, let's all be adults and speak English now.
Fuck's sake. You know, that was like, oh my God.
I resent this.
Finn, my boyfriend the other day, he was like, you know what? You Spanish people should change your word for black, which is...
bro. That's a good point.
But we had it first, like...
That's always the risk when you create words. They might become slurs later.
I was was like, what do you want us to do? Like, just say black.
No. You're thinking small picture. Like, okay, I want you to imagine like big square in Madrid, a huge event. New word just dropped. We got a new word for black.
With how ridiculous the Madrid garment is, they would do that.
Yeah,
like,
no, absolutely. We're introducing like, Blacko.
No.
and then you have like a mascot, and now it's
No, but someone would be doing blackface for sure. Like, he wouldn't even.
to represent the color. And if I have to reiterate this, as Minister for Cultural Affairs, saying this is about the color. And now the black dancer. It's like a dance troupe comes out for Are You Ready for This? Plays.
Oh, no. Hey, he's got a vision, you know? Oh, God.
New word dropped. Got a new word. And there'd be like infomercials, just like, has this ever happened to you? You just say a color's name and everyone thinks you're racist.
Oh, my God.
And it, like, cuts to
That
black
happens
and
on
white.
Twitter, though. Like, because obviously, especially people from the US think that all politics and everything is like connected to them and their struggles and the way they see the world. So like they see a tweet with like the word, which I'm not gonna say just in case.
Yeah.
But it's not the American N word. Is like literally just the word for black in Spanish. And like they get super upset.
Yeah,
I was like, no,
crazy
but
you guys did that. You just like heard that slur and you're like, yeah, that's a cool word.
but that's not how it happened though.
No, actually, for thousands of years, Spanish didn't have a word for the absence of color.
We just waited for the Americans to be racist. And then
Poetry from the era of Al-Andalus are just like, oh man, the night's so beautiful. I wish I could describe it. That's crazy. We don't have a word for this. Anyway.
moving on.
I have to convert into Muslim so I can avoid taxes.
Jesus Christ.
Anyway. That's something about the king in here.
Yeah.
What's with him? How many slaves is he saying?
So yeah, the king, Felipe Sixto, the sixth, he was really petty and childish, which I mean, it was pretty funny to see, to be fair.
Right.
But he went to the, is it called investment? Like when a new president like takes power?
Shit, what is that called?
Because in Spanish it's investidura, and I just like Google translated it, but obviously I don't trust Google
You're invested
Translate.
in the success of Spain. Here you go.
No, I'm not. I'm in the downfall.
No. Presumably they are.
No, but it was
What's that fucking called again? Jesus. It's the investment now. It's fine.
Yeah, we're, even if it's wrong, we're gonna say investment.
New word is wrong.
Yeah.
Investment.
Gustavo Petro. So he's the new Colombian president. He's the first like left-wing president.
Oh yeah, of course.
And for forever basically. And he, like a lot of international head of states, went there, and including Felipe VI. And so Petro wanted the sword of Bolivar to be brought out. So for those of you who don't know, Simón Bolívar was like the president of Venezuela, I think, in like the 18th century, and then helped like a bunch of Latin American countries like Colombia, Venezuela, Ecuador, Peru, and Bolivia to be independent from Spain, from the Spanish Empire, right? So he is a symbol of anti like Spanish colonialism. Yeah, exactly. And so they brought out the sword as a symbol, and fucking Felipe VI sat down. Like everybody like stood up as a sign of respect, and he like refused to stand up.
He's just sitting there like, I fucking hate that sword. I fucking own South America for that fucking sword.
Exactly, yeah. No, literally, and obviously all like everybody was like, that's so fucking petty, like what the fuck are you doing? And then all the Vox and right-wing politicians and people in Spain started being like, oh, but it is a sword, like, what is it, tainted with Spanish blood, so of course he's not gonna stand up, you know, that sword killed Spanish people, but it's like, yeah, rightfully so, like, I'm sorry, or like...
No one run the kill-death ratio on Spaniards in South America.
Oh, yeah.
We're definitely the victims here, I'm sure. I haven't looked at the numbers, but I just have a good feeling.
Yeah.
Going on vibes alone, that sword scares me. It's a spooky sword. Look how old it is. It's haunted. It's haunted by my great granduncle.
Oh. Literally, like.
My great granduncle could go on to rest in the next life if you just give him another silver mine. I'm sure he'll be fine.
Oh god, yeah.
Jesus. Yeah, that's fucking stupid.
Like, he was literally the only head of state that
didn't do it.
Like, I don't know if the Queen was there. Letizia, and I mean, if she was there, I guess she stood up because I didn't read anything about her like sitting down. But yeah, she's such a. Have you ever seen her?
I haven't. No, actually, I never heard anything about her because as soon as you're like Queen of Spain, I was just like, oh, Isabella. I just assume all queens of Spain.
I called Isabella. No, the thing is, she was actually like born a commoner.
Oh,
like, she was
a Meghan Markle kind of story, is it?
Kind of, but without racism. People actually like her because she's white.
Oh, there you go, yeah.
No, she was like the news reporter of the main like channel of like public channel in Spain, and I don't know, I guess they met through that. He was just like, I like her, let me meet her or something. I don't know.
Sure,
like, he was the prince, like, who's gonna say no, you can't meet her, like. And then apparently she was like, she used to be this like leftist, like anti-monarchy person, and then obviously she married the fucking prince, and now she's just
it's a great romance story. You know,
enemies to lovers.
Yeah, exactly. How these two ever records. She's from the wrong side of the tracks. He's from a giant palace. These two records. It's Princess Diaries. It's just Princess Diaries, I think. I haven't seen Princess Diaries in a long time.
It's not.
It's not Princess Diaries?
Princess Diaries is she's the princess.
Oh, she's the princess.
And she finds out like when she's like 16 and gets a makeover, and that's it.
It's Christmas Prince, the Netflix original Hallmark movies.
Is that with the High School Musical girl?
Oh no, that's
because she does some.
That's Princess Switched or whatever. That's
yeah. But they have like 3 of those movies. Like,
they're all in the same universe. I've done a lot of research into the fake nations that they create.
Oh,
I retweeted the thread today. It's
are they neutral during World War II?
No, it's even worse because the existence of these countries implies that like Poland doesn't exist. Ukraine doesn't exist.
Oh, yikes. What is it with Americans like loving to just come up with a random European country, like just like in the middle of Europe?
Yeah, no. Okay, so I'm not going to get into a huge rant. There's a thread.
But
But they really imply in like the first and second film of like I think it's called The Christmas Prince. That's it, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That what is it? Moldavia? It's Moldavia. Moldavia is like a small country, right? They really imply it's like a San Marino, Monaco kind
like
of
Andorra kind of.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. Yeah. And like that makes sense. That's where you would find like a stray monarchy that would just like pick up a random New York baker woman. But like then they made the mistake in Christmas Prince 3 of showing a map.
Oh no.
Moldavia is like, I kid you not, the entirety of the Balkans. Just like from
massive.
From the Czech Republic all the way down to Thrace.
What
like European Turkey.
What the
It's
Thanks for clarifying that.
I calculated that I would have a population of like 89 million.
Jesus fuck.
But they're really into Christmas, even though like 1 out of every 9 of those people would be Sunny Muslim.
Would be, yeah. I was gonna say, but also like that just shows how bad Americans are with geography.
Oh, it's great.
Like it's just like let's just erase half of Europe and put this Moldavia,
like stupid
whatever.
Europe that no one cares about. That's the American perspective. Like it's just like whatever. Sokovia, whatever. I insist there needs to be more fake nations. There needs like more fake geographical things in countries because like it's always in media, in like Tintin, in Marvel Universe, in this, it's always
Tantan. I hate that. No, sorry. I was the culture shock when I found out it was pronounced Tantan.
Being the jackass at the club who's like actually the World Cup will be hosted in Qatar. It's like actually the original Belgian, it's Tonton.
Sorry, go on.
No, it's great. I love it. But like, no, we need more fake nations because like most of them are like, it's always Eastern European, African,
Asia.
Sometimes that's rarer, but it does happen. Yeah. Like Middle Eastern, so like West Asian, I guess. Yeah, absolutely. But like, so Africa and Eastern Europe is where they go wild. But I think we need more. I want like a fake Western European nation. I want a fake U.S. state. Like, like, why not? Fuck it.
Fair enough. Like
I'm from the 51st state of Idaho or something.
I'm a hoe. Yeah. I'm a hoe.
Well, okay, get your head out of the gutter. The Spanish entry in 2020 Eurovision was just about taking videos and opening them in video editing software. Get your head out of the gutter, Uma. God. I'm having a great time. My brain's mush. My brain's fucking mush.
We're just chilling here.
We are just chilling. So I think it's been the return of a character that's actually been talked about on the show before. These Russian pranksters.
Oh my god, that was
because
yeah.
We don't have Yulia or Nick to confirm because I feel like they would know, but we did have this thing where a collection of Russian YouTubers, possibly on Russian TV, I can't quite remember, pranked the National Endowment of Democracy, claiming on a phone call, on a Skype call, that they were Chitskanovia, the like head of the Belarusian resistance, the woman who ran for president against Lukashenko. And like, you know, they were asking for all these ridiculous things. They were asking for weapons. They were asking for like Prada bags and stuff like that. Geez. And like the prank was relatively successful because the National Endowment of Democracy was just saying like, there you go.
Yeah. I think they also, if like they pranked J.K. Rowling like not long ago. Like they've really pranked everybody. Like I read they even pranked like Elton John.
Oh hell yeah.
Like just randomly. And like also George Bush as well. Like they I don't know how they get access to all those people as well. Like they're really good at
like GRU giving them numbers.
Yeah, honestly, like what the fuck? Like I don't know. And like the thing is just so funny that they've like pranked these big names and then they go prank the mayor of Madrid who is this fucking like nobody knows him, nobody cares about him.
Oh, so okay. Speaking of something similar, this was a thing that would always go in the like rounds of particularly, I feel like when I was a teenager in Ireland, when we all got mobile phones, like this was something that made the rounds of like having the number for Buckingham Palace.
Really?
Yeah.
It's like the poor like tourist.
No. It was literally like because it would come up, it would be an answering machine of just like, if you do not hang up, like what is it? It was like, if you do not have an appointment and if we're not expecting your call, hang up immediately.
Jesus.
Yeah, like, we were just like, oh, that was crazy.
Oh, we'll send the paratroopers to your house.
And we were like, yo, that's crazy. Hang up. Okay.
No, for real, bro. Just please.
They did a lot of shit to us. Don't do it again. But like, yeah. So it feels like those kind of things are just out in the ether. Yeah. Go on. Anyway, yes.
Yeah. Sorry. So they. As I said, they pranked the mayor of Madrid, whose name is José Luis Martínez Almeida. Oh. Very Spanish name, but people just call him Almeida, which is like his second last name.
Yeah.
It was the most uncomfortable thing I've ever watched. Like it's straight out of like The Office. Like it's just really it's
Well, like
super cringe.
Yeah, that pranking stuff always is. Though,
But the
like,
worst part, yes, but like the worst part is that his English is really bad.
Oh, this is conducted in English.
Yeah.
Oh shit. Okay, go on.
So his English is really bad, and then obviously they have a strong like Russian accent as well. So they're not the clearest. Like they as a person whose first language is not English, especially if it's not good English like Almeida's, it's really hard to understand people with accents. So like you can see that he has no clue about what they're talking about, like maybe 80% of the time.
Sure.
And he's just trying to come up with like something to answer. Like and but yeah, some of the highlights are that he literally
We should explain what the prank was.
Oh yeah, so so they're pretending to be, okay, I'm gonna butcher this name, but like Vitaly Klitschko, who's the mayor of Kiev.
Okay.
And so obviously they're talking about the war and about. Are you googling him?
Yeah, I'm just making sure that's actually that is the mayor of Kiev. Yeah, I know this. Yeah,
I do my research, okay?
No, like. Yeah, by the sounds of the rest of this prank, he could have been called like, my name is, Volodymyr Ukrainashenko.
And he would have believed him, like for sure.
He
like
got pretty stumped. Yeah, but this is the boxer guy. Yeah, I remember this guy now. His name's go on.
He was a boxer?
Yeah.
Oh Jesus. Okay.
He does not have. Best I remember, he does not have good politics. Yeah, he's a Petro Poroshenko guy, so he's like a very kind of right-wing nationalist kind of guy. Very much an opponent of Zelensky, actually.
Okay. Jesus.
Not in war.
Well, Almeida is from I forgot to say, he's from PP, so the right-wing party of Spain, so they probably would be buddies. So
Poroshenko's their guy, I'm sure, yeah.
Exactly. So of course they're talking about the war that's going on and like how Madrid and Spain really supports Ukraine and stuff like that. And because they're pretending to be the mayor of Kiev, they start saying like, oh, you guys got a lot of refugees from Ukraine and they're like on your beaches like having fun and they should be dying, like fighting and dying, like the men should be back home like fighting and dying for their country and their fatherland and blah blah blah. Sure. And Almeida just goes like, yeah. Like, he just agrees with them, like he's nodding the whole time. And then he says that he agrees to send them back.
Oh no.
To send the refugees back to Ukraine so they can like go to war and get killed.
That's a whoopsie.
Which is like obviously violates every international law. Like
name a city in Switzerland. There's a law, an international law.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, Geneva Convention, Bern Convention, Zurich Convention, Basel Convention.
All of them. Probably breaking all of them at the same time. Like,
Switzerland's very upset with us.
But because he just really wants to look good.
Yeah,
to like the Ukrainian guy and be like, yeah, we support you 100%. And then he's like, yeah, let's send them back to die, which is like a really strong statement to make when you're the mayor of the fucking,
that's you can't be feeling too good if you're a refugee in Spain hearing that.
Oh no, but it goes on,
it sure does.
Because
it sure does.
The Russian guys are like, oh, by the way, because that was this call was in June, right?
Yeah,
and this Zoom call, whatever. So Pride wasn't happening, or it was like in a week or something like that. And they said, oh, why don't we organize parade in your Pride, which Madrid has, to be fair, has a massive like Pride parade and everything. It's kind of famous, blah, blah. So they were like, oh, why don't we organize a parade in your Pride for the Azov Battalion? Because there's a lot of gay guys in the Azov Battalion. And that's what
Russian humor, sure.
Yeah, always say that. Because homophobia is super funny, obviously. Yeah. But then they say that they will name the parade like after Stepan Bandera.
Yeah. Cool.
But the funniest part is that he obviously doesn't know who the fuck Bandera is, which is insane if you're like in European politics and like you're supposed to, well, know stuff, and he just goes like, "Oh, was he a gay icon?"
Okay. So correct me if I'm wrong, Uma, but I have to assume that this level of like PP party functionaries, like you're not in like the Madrid government, you're not in the national government, you're not like necessarily a big government. Like, okay, you know, mayor of Madrid, mayor of the largest city in the country or whatever. Yeah, sure. But like this level of PP politics, like a lot of like center right parties of like Europe at this level is mostly like pensioner himbos who stop going to the gym. Like, it's a lot of just like, I don't know anything, man. I'm just here.
To be fair, I think they just put him there.
Exactly, yeah.
Like literally, it was just like, oh, Pepe won. Okay, we need someone here. Okay, sure. Like we'll just put, and he's basically like
suit.
the yeah, literally, yeah. Like everybody just makes fun of him, but it's just think it's so funny, like knowing who Bandera is. He's like, oh, was he a gay icon? But yeah.
Sure,
if you want to put it that way, like,
Jesus.
And then also another thing that he says, obviously because they're pretending to be the mayor of Kyiv, they're being like super, like, oh yeah, fuck the Russians, like we hate the Russians, blah blah blah, and he, like Almeida, just straight up goes like, oh yeah, we need to punish all the Russian bastards. And I'm quoting that, by the way.
So just to clarify the setup for this, that's relatively unprompted. Like, we need to punish okay.
Yeah. He's just like, yeah, we need to punish these Russian bastards that live in Madrid and Spain.
Yeah, cool.
So like, not even like the actual soldiers like committing the aggression. He's like, these people, there's like over 70,000 Russians living in Spain, which all of them literally moved there before the war.
Sure.
And most of them probably have like children that have been just born in Spain and raised like as Spanish people. And like, he just goes, we have to punish the Russians that live here. It's like, what are you on about? Like, he just wants to be so pro-Ukraine, and then it just turns into this fucking.
I just like there's gonna be a period there of. I'm surprised we're not seeing more of this. Not necessarily pranks, but just like Ukrainians requesting things and just getting whatever. Right now, from like a bunch of blundering politicians who don't really know how to navigate this moment in politics. Just like because that is like again what a retired schlubby himbo would think is like the solution to this, or like would be a good response or whatever.
Yeah.
What is the character of Russians who live in Spain? It's never hear of that population.
It's very, I think it's just like with every immigrant or expat or whatever, it's very diverse. Like you have the very, very rich Russians that they go usually to like the villages that are towns that are by the sea, and like there's like Marbella and stuff like that. They're full of Russians. Like I think they even have like a Russian school, like an official Russian school from like the Russian government and stuff. But then there's like normal people as well. Like there's a lot of Eastern Europeans and like Russians that live in Spain because they're just trying to find a job, you know. Like absolutely. It's very diverse, and like it just doesn't make sense.
People not worthy of punishment in general, but like probably.
Exactly. I don't think they're sending money back to fucking Russia or whatever at all. Like,
no, why would you do that? That's just putting into it a hole right now. I guess it's not. It's Russia's getting a lot of money, but it's not coming back out. Like,
for sure.
It's staying there. So, I think this leads us to Ireland chat, which. Oh boy! Oh boy! Ireland, a place I was in.
That you come from, actually.
I come from, actually. Yeah. It was good to be back. Like the first time we've been back in a very, very long time. And the last time I was back, it was for a funeral. So I was like, that doesn't count. I was there to somewhat enjoy myself and for my like daughter to see some of the in-laws and things like that. I ate a lot of food. I ate so much fucking food. So much good food. Uma, milk sucks here.
I know.
The milk is really
I know.
bad.
Listen, as I like to remind people, I lived in Dublin for 3 months, and
Oh, we're doing it, but go on.
we're bonding.
God damn it.
Leave us alone.
I don't care if this is good content or not. We're bonding.
It's good content for us.
Yeah.
Okay?
Content of friendship. Friendship was the real content created. Woo! Brains cooked.
Anyway, we're both sweating so much
So
as well.
much. This
Oh
fan
my
does
god.
nothing.
This
It's very
studio
quiet.
is an
I'll give
oven.
it- yeah.
Anyway, sorry. Yeah, so the best thing in Ireland, sorry. Sorry to Irish people.
Track the trajectory of our podcast. I think it just gets more serious in the winter. Like we're able to do like more stringent
Yeah,
topics.
because we're all freezing. It's just
we can concentrate.
as if I've been encouraged during the winter. I'm like, yeah, it's
What-
so cold.
Future prediction.
Yeah, exactly. I'll just be anyway.
Go.
Milk
Yes.
is so good.
Yes.
Meat is so good.
Yes.
Bread is also really good.
Those are, yeah, I used to work in a company that was like mostly staffed by other people from Spain and Italy, and they were like, "Yeah, the meat's really good here." I was like, "I got an Italian to say that." Like, I got an Italian to admit it.
Yeah. Yeah, honestly,
pretty good.
because like here, especially if you're broke, you can't really get good meat that much. Like,
No.
and I feel like in Berlin, at least in Berlin, good meat, like, you know, the bio thing or whatever, is so expensive.
Yes.
The chicken is so expensive. Like,
Yeah.
just sometimes I was like, yeah, never mind, we're going vegetarian this week
Yeah.
because we can't find.
UK is the same as well. Like we were functionally vegetarian when we lived in Scotland because we just it shot up the weekly food budget by like £20.
Exactly. Yeah. But in Ireland, I felt like, you know, I would just go to Big Tesco, which I loved, by the way. Shout out to Tesco.
Shout out to Big Tesco. You know, if you survive the roaming band of teenagers in the parking lot in front, it's worth it.
Oh, they're so scary though. Oh my god. Stop.
German teenagers, cowards.
No, Irish teenagers are so scary. They're no, genuinely, like, oh my god.
One time I got approached when I was 15. I got approached by a bunch of 13-year-olds.
You shot yourself.
Yeah, basically because they're asking me to go in and buy a drink for them, and I was like, I'm 15. It's not gonna work. And I was like, do it. I'm like, fuck.
I guess I'll have to do it now.
I just go up to the counter. I was like, look, they're asking me to buy a drink, and you know I'm 15. But like,
We both know.
I brought this 6-pack to the counter, and then you're just gonna tell me to go home. It's cool, yeah. I also like this Galaxy bar.
Yeah, no, they're terrifying because I was living like, you know, there's a massive shopping center in Dundrum.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so like
yeah.
I went to that. I went to that Tesco, and like
Oh yeah.
obviously it's full of teenagers because it's a massive shopping center. So
Yeah.
obviously there's also even cinemas and shit like
Yeah,
that. So like I was wearing like my sweatbands, like baggy hoodie. I
Yeah.
felt like, no, please don't look at me. I'm trying to get meat.
Yeah, there's been a bunch of teenagers in Ireland just go like would shout from you across from like the street and be like, "Oh you, nice face," and it would destroy your confidence for the rest
Oh
of
my
the day.
God, I
You're
know.
like, I don't know why. Why did you just call me nice face? What's happening?
They can literally like say something nice to you and I'll cry anyway. I'll be
exactly.
like, no, why?
Dungeon Shopping Center is great for. I'm not sure if this is still happening, but it used to be that the Tesco was open far later than everything
Yeah,
else.
yeah.
So a lot of people would play the game of going from one end because the rest of the like shopping center, like the mall, would have to be open, but all
Yeah.
the shops in there were closed.
Yeah.
So you play the game of like going in at one end and then trying to run to the opposite exit of the whole mall without the security guy catching you. Because he,
I'm sure that's still happening for
Yeah,
sure. Like,
absolutely.
yeah.
there's not a lot to do in suburban Dublin. Which is
Because there's nothing else to do there. Like, it's
ass,
fuck
is it?
all.
Yeah, but I was in a part of Dublin that I'd never been in before. I was in like D8, which was it's kind of a culture shock to be in a part of Dublin where you can like walk into the city centre like 20 minutes to Temple Bar.
Really?
And like yeah, for like,
that exists? You
for,
can
like,
do that?
Yeah, you can do that. It's not like a massive pain in the hole to get into like Dublin city centre.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy. Places like this exist. But it's great, like, because that is like literally Leo land. Like, Leo Varadkar went in and bought like I think something like 4 or 5 houses in that neighborhood, like spring last year.
Oh, last year?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought that was like ages ago.
No.
Fuck's sake, man.
He went in
Isn't
there.
he like Vice?
Oh,
what is he
he's
now?
Taoiseach. He is
Taoiseach,
Taoiseach,
yeah.
like a vice prime minister.
Yeah.
And he's going to be Taoiseach
Again?
again. Yeah, because that's the power sharing agreement.
Oh, what the fuck?
Nihal gets 2 years. Leo gets the other 2 years.
Fuck's sake, man.
So at the beginning of next year, 2023, he gets the control of the Xbox controller again. Mom said it was my turn. But yeah. So like, it's really fucked vibes because there was also like there was a corner shop that I was able to like use as a waypoint. That had a very fun name of Good News and Booze.
That's
It's
kind of cute. Yeah.
Yeah. So I was like, I find it, and then I'm like, I go into Temple Bar, grab some things. I went to Connolly Books. Connolly Books is great.
Oh, we love Connolly Books.
We love Connolly Books. I got that book, the Chilean book, How to Read Donald Duck, the English translation of it, about the imperialist propaganda.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, they're great. They have like all.
They have all sorts. But, like the guy by the counter was like, "Yeah, this is one of the books that we have to like draw people in." This is our clickbait book, basically.
Good for them. Good for them.
And the Women Have Better Sex Under Socialism book, because like that is a title people.
Fair.
Doing a communist revolution for the ladies. But then so to make my way back, I was like, I'm pretty sure I know my way back, but I'm going to put into Google Maps, like Good News and Booze, so that I can find my way back. And the second photo on the Google Maps thing of it is the owner of the shop in a photo op with Leo Varadkar.
No.
Yeah. And I think it's probably due to the fact that he's like the owner of the shop was also Indian Irish.
Okay.
Yeah. Found out that Leo Varadkar's parents hate him. Is also another thing.
That's very fair.
Yeah,
I understand that.
They tried to paint it as the whole him coming out as gay thing, and they're like, no, actually, we were more ashamed when he came out as like someone who wanted to be Taoiseach.
As a landlord, when he came out as a landlord.
He came out as a landlord, yeah. They seem very disappointed by him. But yeah, no, I ate so much good food. I got chicken fillet rolls. They're still reasonably priced, even though there's like, discussion of inflation. I got a spice bag.
Oof.
Yeah.
Stop. I missed that.
Yeah, I got a good one from Jian in off Grafton Street. It's very nice.
In Grafton Street?
Yeah,
really?
Yeah, it's like a award-winning Chinese restaurant. It's got like
I think I know which one it is actually. But I didn't eat there, no.
Yeah, it's good.
I went all the way to fucking Finglas to get one.
Like, a lot of the like best-rated spice bags are like in suburbs. And like little Chinese takeaways in like small towns, whatever. And I believe them. But
it's literally like the weirdest place. So I made a friend. Oh wow! I made a friend there, and he's from Clontarf.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh yeah, I really want to try a spice bag, but like I don't know where to get one.
Yeah.
Like I don't know the good places. And I was like, oh, I'll take you to one, but. The thing is, I was all the way down in the south, so like it took me like fucking almost 2 hours to get to the spice bag place.
That public transport we have.
Oh yeah, fucking bus, Ireland. I fucking hate you. Anyway, Dublin bus. Sorry, I don't like you.
No, it never goes where you want it to go. Like every time you arrive at the other end of your destination, if you don't have a transfer, it's like a 20-minute walk to where you're going.
Oh yeah. I could rant all day about how much I hated the public transport there and the cost. Oh my god! Yeah. And like when you have to change buses, you have to pay again. Like what the fuck is that?
Yeah.
Like that's so fucked up.
It's not time based. I think we're the only one in Europe that doesn't do like a time.
Literally, yeah. Even Barcelona, which has pretty expensive public transport as well.
I had a fucking design challenge thing for like I was interviewing for a job and they gave you a design challenge of like, oh, you design like the user interface for like a subway interface system.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And
it was Barcelona.
No, it wasn't Barcelona. It was hypothetical. It was just like,
okay.
To figure out
Moldavia.
Moldavia, whatever.
Moldavia, whatever.
Moldavia, And it literally came. He was so baffled by it, and it was because I was applying the Irish way of how you would pay for tickets, of like paying per journey, rather than like,
which is the worst way.
Most European systems would do like this
by
ticket is active for like 2 hours. Or something.
Exactly.
So yeah, I fucking failed that job interview because of that. Because I was fucking little country bumpkin in like big city Europe, whatever.
Oh.
Not getting exploited by fucking Transport for Ireland.
Anyway, so we got to Finglas, and it was the weirdest little place. Like, very obviously that, like, you couldn't even eat there, right? It was literally just take away. You just went up. Oh, yeah. But we like got in. There wasn't an excuse in the sense of like, it wasn't during Corona. Well, it was Corona times, but like not anymore, kind of. Yeah. So like, but we walked in, but and
like also like eating on location in a Chinese takeaway in Ireland is like weird. Really trying to impress here. Come on.
Yeah, fair. But it was literally like it was smaller than this studio. Like it was literally just a counter. Yeah. And we walked in. We tried to order there, and she was like, "No, you have to call." Like, but we're here. Like, why do we? We literally just like walked outside, and it was like all glass, so we could see the woman, and we're just like standing there calling her, and she was just like, we were kind of like even making eye contact. It was the weirdest thing ever. Like, but it was really good to be fair.
You just be like, yeah, I think we'll be ready in 30 minutes. Yeah, I think we'll make it. Yeah. Because like all the best ones are like the local Chinese takeaway in Ireland is just like everyone in the village swears it's the best in the country, and
fair,
probably has given half the people food poisoning if it was ever shut down for health reasons. Like a protracted people's war would start. Like, you just can't take that away.
But what else did you eat there?
Brown bread, griddle bread, so much good bread. Lamb that was just affordable. Lamb is very expensive in Germany.
Oh, but it's so nice in Ireland as well.
It's very nice.
Oh my god!
But they don't make. It's like all imported from like I think Iceland now. It used to be imported from the UK here. Yeah.
Huh.
No, like not in Ireland.
Yeah, but it's still affordable. Like my boyfriend's dad just like randomly would do like roast dinners of like a lamb leg, and I was like, I love this so much, like almost crying.
So it's like, okay, so we should also say it's affordable for Ireland. Everything else is just like very, like it's generally very expensive, but compared to everything else you're paying for,
that's
it's
fair.
Affordable.
Yeah.
Because I this is probably the most tempted I have been to return to Ireland. Because at the moment Ireland is going through a bit of a tech boom, like not a tech boom, but like a boom in general. Mm-hmm. Because the big winners of the pandemic were tech companies and pharmaceutical companies. Mm-hmm. Because their profits went up, their corporate tax return, which is all being funneled through Ireland, went up. And Ireland now has like a massive surplus of wealth that they don't really actually know what to do with. So like, that's kind of like what people are discussing at the moment. Yeah. And the other side of it is like they're also discussing this is very temporary because there's probably going to be a recession in the US, which will affect these companies because they're all US companies. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so that's like the kind of the bummer. And then they're just like, there was a great piece in the Financial Times talking about like, oh, maybe we could use this extra money to address the housing crisis. And that's not going to happen.
Yeah, all the politicians were like, no, it's fine. We're all landlords. Why would we do that?
Exactly. It's a very good Leo impression, actually. He has that kind of very sniveling, high-pitched voice.
I don't think I've ever heard him talk.
Oh, it's terrible.
It's
terrible. Like Micheál Martin has like
Micheál.
Yeah, Micheál. It's not Michael. I know. But like, Micheál has got Micheál's got like the voice of like the one good Catholic priest. Like okay. He's kind of got like that. Like, oh, everyone just enjoy a bit of church now. Oh, come on.
Let's all pray now.
Yeah. And Leo's got like a very kind of
posh.
Me and the dads from the AGM, the are going to fucking murder you on the golf course kind of.
Oh, jeez. Okay.
Yeah, it's very fun. Anyway,
Is he from Dublin?
Leo, Dundalk. So
Oh.
is it? It's not Louth. I keep forgetting. It's a commuter town of Dublin now.
Yeah, it's yeah.
Yeah. But I think it's a different county. So in general, naturally, I come back and I think about moving back and like, oh yeah, the singing harp inside your soul and all that. But yeah, so I looked into it. What some lovely choice quotes I have here. The Economic and Social Research Institute, a think tank. I came back. The think tank.
Think tank.
Think tank. Recently forecast that 1 in 3 people now aged between 35 and 44 will not own a home.
Oh my god.
By the time they retire.
Oh god, that's horrible.
And like Ireland is completely geared around owning a home eventually.
Yeah.
Like if you don't have a house, you're just not going to like live in the country.
Yeah.
Jesus. Yeah, in the Financial Times they had like stories about people being priced out of Dublin or being priced out of the area of Dublin that they're from, which is what happened to like my in-laws and stuff like that, as well as like people being prematurely priced out, which is a very fun phenomenon, which was, there is one story of a guy who was the head of a charitable organization who, like a non-profit, who was saving up to buy like a modest family home in West Cork. So this is like rural, but like in a major county. And I think it was like 300,000. That was the total price. He was going for a mortgage, but it was like how much he was trying to like. So I guess, God, you need like a 20% deposit now in Ireland. So like he needed to save 60k, I guess. And like by the time he was done with his savings plan, he'd like postponed his wedding. He had postponed having kids, and the prices of all the houses had gone up to like 400k.
Oh my! Oh, that's so sad.
Yeah, prematurely priced out.
Yeah. Fuck.
So it's like a 33% increase. Yeah.
For fuck's sake, man.
And also, the fun thing that happened on my way out on the airport, I saw like the Irish Independent, the Indo, had ran a headline that was like record high rents reached or whatever, like front page, and I was like, well, yeah,
I guess I won't return.
I'm going back to Germany. So the average now for new rent in Dublin is €2,121 per month.
Fuck's sake. Jesus Christ.
That's the Dublin average. The national average for the whole country is €1,618 per month.
Jesus.
Only 6 out of the 26 counties in the Republic have rent lower than 1,000 per month.
That's wow.
With Donegal probably being the only one you would want to live in. You're not connected to anything, but it is beautiful.
But yeah. And their accents are beautiful as well.
Okay, so this is a thing that women find attractive. Like, to me, people like. Okay, no, seriously. Every time someone from Ulster would arrive in like a house party in Dublin, it would be all the girls in the corner being like,
"Oh my god,
holy fuck! I want to sit on his face."
Jesus Christ!
Like, every time I heard like a Donegal accent, I was like, "What an adorable goofball."
I want to be his friend.
Which gets back to like Nick's point of like girls want a guy who's just kind of goofy. He's from Donegal and he calls soft drinks minerals or whatever.
What? That's a thing?
Yeah, Coke is a mineral.
Coke is a mineral.
Because I guess it's like mineral water or whatever. Yeah. I'm not sure if that's Donegal. That might be the Midlands. Midlands also says vehicle instead of vehicle, which I find adorable.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah. Moving on.
The annual rate increase is like 12.6% per year now.
Whee!
Going up. Not necessarily if you are renting that your rent will go up that much, but like what is available on the market goes up that much.
Okay.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
So, which I think is the more important figure because you can do like averages of like everyone's current rent, but I was like, that's the deal they got X number of years ago, not necessarily what's currently available. This is in line with like earlier reporting of a fun term I learned while back in Ireland, Cuckoo Fund landlords.
Which is
Yeah, right. Which is various corporate investors going into a fund. So like there's two types. There would be like venture capital that will buy property for the purposes of selling it later because it will be worth more later.
Yep.
The Cuckoo Fund specifically buys lots of property to collect rent.
Okay.
Named for the fact that like cuckoo birds lay their eggs in other birds' nests and push the other birds out. Yeah.
Okay. That's a pretty appropriate
Yeah.
name.
But there was reports early that the like heads of various cuckoo funds were saying that they were going to personally deal with inflation by doing a double-digit increase on the rents that they control.
Okay.
So that like they could afford inflation. Whatever.
Yeah.
So there'd be like they admitted it like a month ago that we're just going to do it like a 10% increase
Jesus Christ,
on all rents. So that's
And that's literally why you find so many Irish people literally everywhere else in the world. And it's sad, but at the same time, there's so like in Barcelona there was a massive Irish community as well. But like Barcelona is relatively small, so it wasn't that many people. But like Jesus Christ, Berlin is full of Irish people.
Yes. Yeah.
Like so many of my friends, if not like 99%, are Irish, and I don't even know like how or why.
And it's not like we're not even the worst city for it. Like London, fucking.
Yeah.
So like, and Amsterdam as well, a bit in Paris, like any major city.
Paris, where would you?
The only funny story I have about like other expats is that like you get a lot of Irish people who move to Sweden because they have a Swedish girlfriend. That then immediately dump them when they arrive in Sweden because they're just like, actually, yeah, you're kind of a pain in the hole to be with. I've heard this story a couple of times now.
That's a couple too many.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Like, yeah, you were a good go. You were like the best out there in Ireland. Like, you're like a Dublin 10, but a Stockholm.
Oh no. He saw the actual people in Sweden and was like,
No. Sorry, no. Like, other way around. The Irish guy would get dumped by the Swedish girl
okay.
when she returned home.
Oh, that's kind of even funnier. Though. Well, no, not funny, but like...
But yeah, it got me listening to... Because I know you're a fan of Kneecap.
Yes, love them.
But my Irish music recommendation is always a band formerly known as Chewing on Tinfoil, which I believe is the very Irish descriptor of like what it's like to have E for the first time.
To have what?
E, ecstasy.
Oh,
that you feel like you're chewing on tinfoil.
Yeah, I don't do drugs.
I used to be an electronic musician. I've seen a lot of people on E for the first time, and it is a lot of us like chewing their own face off.
Yeah. Okay. Fair.
Yeah. Anyway, they're now called Chewy. And they're a very good band, and they do have like the song Guanso, which is about leaving Ireland, and it's very good.
It's the one you tweeted.
Yeah.
I was meaning to listen to that because like I read the lyrics. I was like, oh damn, okay.
Because they literally have one about Dundrum Shopping Centre. It was like,
oh my god,
yeah,
okay.
You'll get to it.
I'll send it to my boyfriend to say like, what do you think about your shopping centre?
Yeah, and they're also to. You're probably familiar with like the south side, north side kind of like
divide.
Yeah. My theory is always like that's like some culture war bullshit because like Howth and Malahide look very much the same as like Killiney and Dalkey. It's a lot.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah.
The real suffering in Ireland happens in the west. Like West Dublin. West Dublin is like the infinite suburban sprawl.
Is that Tala? Yeah.
Tala is your classic example.
I've heard a lot of classist jokes when it comes to Tala, and like no,
it used to be like it was a new planned village, and it was like basically nothing but council housing.
Exactly.
Back when we still made those, and like Chewing on Tinfoil, Chewy are from there, and they have a very West Dublin accent. But anyway,
because I feel like Nika, obviously they're from the north of Ireland, so. Their songs are great, but yeah, obviously we talk about just that in colonialism stuff, which is really fun. But it'll be fun to fun. Colonialism is not fun actually, but their songs are really good. So it would be nice to hear actually like the Republic perspective of that. Like
they're Chewie's very post 2008 band.
Okay.
I think it's their first release. Is called Get Rich or Try Dying.
Fair.
Yeah. Which I think sums it up, doesn't it? Yeah, very, very good, like, kind of ska punk band that would have just a lot of lyrics that you could chant at the end of a night after a couple of pints. It was good. It was good. I'm gonna be one of those guys on the dart wearing, like, a punk leather jacket who corners you about, like, the really good band that opened for Horse Lips once that no one remembers.
Yeah.
I'm one of those. It's gonna be great. Speaking of weird economic booms,
tun, tun, tun.
we have to return to a recurring character, which is the nation of Turkey.
Oh God!
Yeah. So last we talked about Turkey, they had like a cryptocurrency, like lira spikes and all that kind of stuff. It was like massive inflation and shit like that. Erdogan's son-in-law was in charge of like the finance ministry and then disappeared. So that's fun. So the boom in Turkey is happening now because Russia is just like moving all their money through it.
Yeah.
And they're getting a lot of benefits from this. The grain exports from Ukraine have started again, and like one of the conditions of that is basically Istanbul just checks all of it. So they're like,
okay,
yeah. So like everything's moving through Istanbul, which is like a bit of control, a bit of an economic boom, and all of this. They're not necessarily doing it out of the goodness of their heart.
No, I don't think so.
Erdogan,
the humanitarian.
Yeah, exactly. Rosatom or Rosatom, I'm not sure how to pronounce it. It's literally like Rosia Atom.
Okay.
Rosatom is building Turkey's first nuclear power plant.
Okay.
As part of this like deal, Turkey is looking to get onto the Mir payment system, the thing Russia adopted when they were kicked off of SWIFT.
Oh, okay.
For like international payments.
Yeah.
So, it's getting gas from Russia. They're paying in rubles. They've been doing that since the 90s apparently, but like they're doing it more now. A lot of European goods are passing through Turkey in the same way that like Russia was buying like Belarusian like shellfish and Belarusian like manchego or whatever. back when those like 2014 sanctions went into place.
Yeah.
So this is all happening in their economic boom. They're using this economic boom as also to like aggressively search for natural gas in their waters.
Oh yeah. And their waters.
The waters happen to be Cyprus. Who recognizes Cyprus anyway? Certainly not us in Ankara. So yeah, stuff like that. And also, they're also being pretty aggressive in Greek waters to search for natural gas as well. Fellow NATO member. So it's fun just thinking about all of that while then taking in the context of like this united NATO front and united European front.
Yeah, right. And then they're just like
making bang. Just making fucking bang. Literally the bit from fucking Always Sunny of like I'm playing both sides.
Oh, so it was come up on top.
Yeah.
It's like you don't need to tell us you're playing both sides.
Turkey just does. They just do.
Turkey, so you're saying Turkey is Mac, basically.
Yeah.
But like a bit smarter, I guess.
A bit smarter, probably not gay. I'm putting chips on that down on that color. I don't think everyone's gay. And also in exciting news, Berat Albayrak. I don't know. Berat, the son-in-law of Erdogan, has been spotted in a Dunner place in Turkey.
No, in London.
In London, sorry.
Yeah. I saw
a Turkish restaurant.
Yeah. I saw the video. It's definitely him. Like it's him. It's like okay.
Hanging out.
Yeah, just literally hanging out with his family, just having dinner or whatever.
Crash the Turkish economy. Just gonna pop out for a little bit. Grab some Iran or whatever.
No, because I saw your notes and I was like, oh, okay, I'm gonna do my detective work and see if it's him.
Like a Bigfoot sighting. It was like,
yeah, exactly.
Yo, that's Erdogan
But like, literally, it's like so clear that the guy just zooms in on his face. I'm like, yeah.
Why would you go to a Turkish restaurant? People recognize you there.
At least order. Just call. Yeah. Just be like, hey, Lieferando.
Yeah, this is Erdogan's Smunnenslaw. That's sick. I'll do it. We're gonna just get Indian. It's London.
Oh yeah,
it's good there. And you have one last little thing to end us on, if you want to still do
really.
it.
Huh?
Do you want to skip that?
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck it. All right.
We talked so much already.
We've talked for an hour and 20 minutes. That's a fucking Corner Späti episode.
That's an
episode, gang. I'm brain fucking hurts. I was in Ireland. The sun was beating down on me. It's different there.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we've established that already. I don't know why you keep bringing it up.
So I feel very insecure about saying this. It's almost like I don't believe myself. And then
he's not making eye contact with me when he says it. He's like, avoid it.
Who was judging me? I can feel it. And then yesterday I went to the pool with my daughter for the first time. There was just a lot of sun there as well, and the reflection from the water, and it's
yeah. Yo.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. You don't get it. My skin's
At
weak.
least you haven't fucking worked a week. Like, I've been getting up at fucking 6 a.m. every day to go to the office and
be in an office away from the sun.
I have the opposite.
The trenches.
I haven't seen the sun in 2 weeks.
I've seen nothing but sun. Smug bastard in the sky. All right. Ciao. Talk to you next week.
Yeah. Bye.